This week in Jamaica Now, JUTC fares to be reduced for 2 years. Cabbies are not happy. The government is being criticized for the rolling imposition of the state of emergency in St. James. Petersfield High students killed in a fiery crash, prompting calls for greater road safety education for young people. And Jamaica progressed to the Copa America and the CONCACAF Gold Cup following shocking win over Canada. I'm Neville Graham and this is Jamaica Now. Commuters are to benefit from a 2-year temporary reduction in the fares charged by the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC. Come January, regular fares will move from $100 to $70, while children will pay $25 down from $30 and pensioners $30 down from $40. In April 2024, regular fares will be further decreased to $50, children's fares to $20 and pensioners to $25. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke said the reduction, which is expected to cost the government $1 billion, was done to cushion the impact of the recent fare hike for public passenger vehicles on the overall inflation rate.
Madam Speaker, we anticipate that these temporary measures will have a mitigating effect on the impact of the private bus and taxi fare increases on the community and public. I wish to reiterate again that these are temporary measures designed and calculated to support the Bank of Jamaica in its efforts to return and keep inflation within the target range. And in the design and calculation, we have had calculations from the central bank that indicate that the path of inflation over the next several months will be within or near to the target range, Madam Speaker, which is what motivates this policy update.
However, taxi associations have blasted the government's decision as a political move they believe will have a serious impact on the bottom line of private transport operators. The government is being criticized for the manner in which it reimposed a state of emergency, SOE, on St. James immediately after a previous one expired on Wednesday night. An SOE, which was declared in St. James on November 8, expired midnight Wednesday but was reimposed a minute past midnight on Thursday. Hanover, Clarendon, and St. Catherine were also placed on the SOEs in the latest move. The police say the measure works, with Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Area 1, Clifford Chambers, saying there had been no major crime in St. James for the first 9 days after the SOE was imposed.
The state of emergency, like others that we have had, has given us very, very, very good results. In the past, we have had state of emergencies and we have had major crimes, though reduced, but we have had major crimes being committed. What we have had here now is that since this last major, since this emergency, state of public emergency, the parish in which it was declared has not had one major crime. No murder, shooting, robbery, rape, aggravated assault. No major crime has been committed since the inception of this last state of public emergency.
That was when?
Last week, Tuesday. So we are now going over 9 days.
Thursday afternoon's death of 34-year-old Okeem Robinson in the Fustic Road area of Montego Bay was the only incident over the 14 days. However, human rights group Jamaicans for Justice described the rolling imposition of the SOE as a circumvention of constitutional requirements and disconcerting signal of bad governance. And opposition Senator Peter Bunting raised a red flag over the timing of the SOE declarations, pointing out that for a second year it was coinciding with the governing Jamaica Labour Party's annual conference. Bunting asserted that the government's use of SOEs seems more performative than effective. 2 fourth-form male students of Petersfield High School in Westmoreland died in a fiery crash on Tuesday morning. They've been identified as Zakiel McIntyre and Ajani Robinson. The students were on their way to school on a motorbike when they collided with a motor car that was traveling in the opposite direction. The vehicles burst into flames, killing the teen boys. Education Minister Favour Williams described their deaths as tragic.
I think we can all agree that this is a tragic loss on so many levels. A loss to their families, the school, communities, and Jamaica as a whole. I pray that with the support of the ministry's counseling team and that of the wider community, that the immediate and extended families will be able to find some comfort during this difficult time.
Transport Minister Darrell Vaz said the loss of young lives in the road crash is a stark reminder of the importance of road safety education among youths. He said the Transport Ministry must intensify its efforts through the Road Safety Unit to raise awareness among all road users with a particular focus on driver education in schools. Noted constitutional lawyer Michael Hilton is disputing several claims made by Privy Council President Lord Robert Reid regarding access to Jamaica's final court. Lord Reid had pointed out in a letter to the Gleaner that the court is not as inaccessible or expensive as touted because hearings are offered online. Describing Lord Reid's comments on the matter as unusual, Hilton said that he failed to address several prohibitive factors to accessibility for Jamaicans. Hilton said that Jamaicans requiring a visa to travel to the court is a significant issue. He also said that while Lord Reid has indicated that Jamaicans save when their attorneys appear via digital platforms, it is a minor consideration when engaging the services of UK solicitors is mandatory. Lord Reid had also sought to clear the air on arguments raised recently that Jamaica continues to loiter at the Privy Council in the face of its opposition. He said that he and the other judges within the court regard it as an honor to serve the people of Jamaica. However, that position runs counter to that of former President Lord Nicholas Phillips, who signaled that Commonwealth countries needed to establish their apex court. Despite weeks of public skepticism about whether Jamaicans would return to support vendors at Crab Circle, the reopening of the popular Kingston food joint on Thursday saw a sizable turnout of patrons indulging in the offerings. Kingston Mayor Delroy Williams stated that the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, was confident that Crab Circle will return to normal and would become a story of success.
Jamaicans are Christian at heart. They believe that when you fall and you drop, you get up and you rise and you push on. That's the Christian worldview viewpoint. Christians say, when you tumble down and you drop down and they lick you down, you get up and you push on and you continue on the path of success. That is what is happening here at Crab Circle. We have gotten up and we are pushing up. And the Jamaican people, they are praying, they are hoping, they are trusting that Crab Circle will return to success, but beyond its normal success, to prosperity. And I see my fellow PNP councillors here and progress.
In October, the establishment was ordered closed by the Kingston and St. Andrew Public Health Department after a viral video emerged showing a vendor relieving herself at her food station. This resulted in the vendors having to attend mandatory training sessions regarding public safety and food preparation. More recently, sanitary conveniences were installed at the location. The operators will be responsible for their daily cleaning under supervision of the KSAMC, which will undertake weekly general maintenance. Mayor Williams had declared that the vendor seen in the viral video, Alice Waugh, would not be allowed to return to the location to operate. The Ministry of Education has backed St. George's College over the suspension of a fourth form student who posted a video to social media of a broken fan. Permanent Secretary Dr. Kassan Troop told Wednesday morning's post-cabinet press briefing that due process was followed, confirming that the student was given a 7-day suspension with additional conditions.
The regulations at the school, as reported by the principal, is that students are not permitted to use their phones at school. They are not permitted to take recordings of the school and share that without the permission of the principals and the authorities involved. That was not observed. The matter was brought to the attention of the principal. The matter in the public space brought some disrepute to the institution, and the outline consequence of that is that students are normally suspended for breaches of such nature.
These conditions outlined that the student would serve only 2 days outside of the school and complete rehabilitation activities on the weekend for 3 Saturdays. She said that this has resulted in a 91% success rate in the school's Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate and Caribbean Examinations Council exams. Jamaica progressed to the Copa America and the CONCACAF Gold Cup after they defeated Canada 3-2 in their second-leg Nations League quarterfinal match at the BMO Stadium in Ontario, Canada on Tuesday night. The Reggae Boyz came from 2-1 down from the first leg to draw 4-all on aggregate to advance on the away goal rule to the semi-finals. Coach Jaime Holgomson credits his players for the team's miraculous second-half turnaround. Holgomson revealed during his post-match press conference that it was the players who decided that they had nothing to lose and that it was all or nothing. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. Follow us on X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram at Jamaica Gleaner, and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. Like this video on our YouTube page, turn on your notification, and subscribe today. I'm Neville Graham, and before we go, let's take a look at the work of a medical team that's treating eye problems for free.
Because of the non-functional status of the hospital, there's been a backlog of surgery and eye care. We're part of a team. There are 23 of us down here, and they're fanning out in satellite clinics to do screening, refraction, that is mean examining patient for glasses, and actually manufacture and give them the glasses. We are the surgical side, as we are doing cataracts, we're managing glaucoma surgery, and we're doing pterygium, which is that fleshy growth that grows across the eye.
How critical is this? The operations that you will do for these patients, what difference will it make in their lives? How serious are their conditions?
Well, we are patients from legal blindness to patients who who have problems with their daily activity, consistent with the level of their vision being poor. That meaning can't drive at night, can't function at their computers, and basically it handicapping them in functionality. So we're trying to improve their daily life, and this service is being given free.